They're often pacing Roving Matriarch out fast for the lead, and between horses Maggie McStar left, Cannonball Carey moving up on the outside. A battle for the lead, Cannonball Carey on the outside, Roving Matriarch on the inside. It's Roving Matriarch the leader, Cannonball Carey trying to back off to drop in second, and she does. In front of Maggie McStar third, on the inside fourth. That's JKW up on the outside fifth, Scud Affair racing in sixth, Battle Shoe Maggie. In seventh position, Tempt Me Not, 3 lengths back to Walmack Opal, trailing the field, Restless Day. 29-2 for the opening quarter. They have one more trip around this 5/8 oval. It's Roving Matriarch, the leader, racing in second position. Cannonball Carey on the inside, Maggie McStar third. Scud Affair is going to be parked the mile tonight. She's on the outside fourth and needs to do more. On the inside, JKW, no place to go, fifth, about to go 3 wide as Battle Shoe Maggie. Tempt Me Not has no place to go and being outpaced, Restless Day. 59-1 in their halfway home second quarter, and 29-4. On the mid-back stretch, Roving Matriarch, the leader, racing in second, Cannonball Carey. There goes Battle Shoe Maggie now 3 wide, third, Maggie McStar on the inside, fourth. Scud Affair still hanging out there in fifth. 3 wide, Tempt Me Not sixth. They race by 3 quarters in 1:28-3. Third quarter 29-2. Roving Matriarch holding firm. Cannonball Carey's had a golden trip, and now she comes out second. And going off stride in the back is Tempt Me Not. Pacers straighten away for the final 1/8 of a mile. Cannonball Carey now takes the lead. Closing ground on the outside. Second is Maggie McStar and Battle Shoe Maggie. Roving Matriarch on the rail. Cannonball Carey starting to draw clear as they come to the wire. Maggie McStar is going to get up for second, and Roving Matriarch will finish third. They're often pacing Scooter Viking out sharply for the lead. Moving up on the outside, Ryan's Court, and Ryan's Court will take over the front end. Under a heavy whip to hold second is Scooter Viking driving from the outside. Implied Consent third. Settling in fourth is Almahurst Scurry. Coming away fifth is Ready Wit. Sixth on the inside, Man at War. Parked in seventh is Tricon in the early trailer, Jumbie Bay. They move into the stretch for the first time. Implied Consent has worked hard for the lead. He's now got it off a quarter in 29 seconds flat. By the grandstands for the first time, Implied Consent leads, racing in second. Ryan's Court, Scooter Viking pulled, but decided to go back to the rail. Now out slightly in the third. Now moving up third is Almahurst Scurry. Ready Wit's in behind him fourth. On the outside fifth, Man at War. Fourth over on the outside, sixth is Jumbie Bay. Tricon at the end, halfway home in 58-3, second quarter, 29-3. They move on to the backstretch the final time. Implied Consent, the leader on the outside. Almahurst Scurry, the challenger, second. Ryan's Court needs racing room third. Ready Wit on the outside, fourth. Scooter Viking, no place to go, fifth. Man at War contemplating going 3 wide. Then on the inside, it's Tricon, followed by Jumbie Bay. 4 on the inside and 4 on the outside, and 7 lengths would cover them all. 3 quarters, 1:27-1. Third quarter in 27-3. And now dropping back sharply is Implied Consent, and getting pushed back are Ryan's Court and Scooter Viking. Pacers turned for home, and your leader Almahurst Scurry by 2. Ready Wit now out and driving second. Racing in third is Man at War. Almahurst Scurry's under pressure, trying to get a straight course is Ready Wit on the outside. Almahurst Scurry holding on. Ready Wit second, and Man at War finished third. They're often pacing in between horses. Dealing David left well for the lead. On the inside, Satanic Sun Sam moving up on the outside. Ruthless Pursuit and Hasty J. Around the far turn the first time, Dealing David has the lead. On the inside, Hasty J wants the 2-hole. Ruthless Pursuit now hung out there third, and Curtis will back him off to settle in now third. Dropping in fourth is Kendall Leader. Satanic Sun Sam back to fifth. Home Alone on the outside, 6. Dare is the early trailer. 7 Pacers off a quarter, and 28-2. Under the finish wire the first time, it's Dealing David the leader, racing in second position. Hasty J on the outside, parked third is Kendall Leader. Fourth on the inside is Ruthless Pursuit, now finding a spot on the rail. Fifth, Home Alone. Satanic Sun Sam back to sixth, and trailing the field, Dare. 7 lengths would cover them all. They race over to the half-mile pole. Your leader still is Dealing David off a half, and 58-2. They move on to the backstretch the final time. It's Dealing David the leader, racing in second. Hasty J in third position on the inside. Ruthless Pursuit dropping back sharply is Kendall Leader. In the final 3/8 of the mile, Dealing David by 2. Hasty J's had a golden trip tonight, second. Ruthless Pursuit third. Kendall Leader back pacing on the outside, fourth. Towards the inside, Home Alone fifth. Dare is sixth. Satanic Sun Sam trails. 3 quarters in 1:27-3. Third quarter in 29-1. Dealing David holding firm. Hasty J stays inside second. On the outside, Ruthless Pursuit third. Tipping wide for the drive. Here comes Home Alone. They're in the final 1/8 of a mile. Dealing David's trying to get home, but Home Alone's going by them all. That's Home Alone now rushing up to take the lead. Ruthless Pursuit second. Dealing David drops back third, and Hasty J fourth. Home Alone's going to win it by 3. Ruthless Pursuit second, Hasty J third. Tonight's program, 10 minutes for the 9th race. There is Quinella on this race, of course. Quinella and trifecta wagering on the 9th race. They're often pacing on the inside. Some Kind of Tough and Dual Fuel drive out for the lead. Settling in along the inside third is Willie the Sheik. Looking to drop in fourth is Park Avenue Mike. Parked on the outside fifth is Broadway Review. Towards the inside, Master Spy sixth. Carlson Raider came away seventh, and the early trailer, Dr. Dunkenstein. Into the stretch for the first time, Some Kind of Tough has the lead. Racing in second, Dual Fuel. Willie the Sheik third as they move by the opening quarter in 30-1/5. By the grandstands for the first time, your leader is Some Kind of Tough up on the outside. Here comes Master Spy with a rush. They've paced 3/8 of a mile, and Master Spy now takes the lead. Some Kind of Tough racing second on the inside. Dual Fuel third. Parked under a right-handed whip is Park Avenue Mike fourth. On the inside with no place to go, fifth is Willie the Sheik. On the outside in sixth, that's Carlson Raider. Dr. Dunkenstein on the inside, seventh. Broadway Review trails halfway home in 1 minute and 2/5. Less than a half mile the pace in the race. Master Spy in control, 1.25 lengths. Some Kind of Tough second, 1.5 lengths. On the outside, gaining ground third is Park Avenue Mike. Dual Fuel, no place to go, fourth. Carlson Raider on the outside fifth, and he's just 3 from the leader. Willie the Sheik, no place to go on the inside. Then it's Broadway Review. Dr. Dunkenstein trails once again. 3 quarters, 1:29-3. Third quarter, 29-1. It's Master Spy, the leader, racing in second on the inside. Some Kind of Tough. Carlson Raider 1-3 wide. He's on the move third on the inside. Dual Fuel fourth. In the final 1/8 of a mile, Master Spy leads by 2. Some Kind of Tough out and driving on the outside second. Master Spy on the inside, Some Kind of Tough on the outside. These two in a drive to the wire. Master Spy, Some Kind of Tough, can't split those two. They're often pacing on the inside. Jazzy Jessica left well for the lead. Moving up in between horses, Rust Never Sleeps. From the outside, Ever So Radiant is 3 wide, and they battle for the lead and position. On the inside, Rust Never Sleeps. On the outside, Ever So Radiant. These two battle heads apart for the lead. Jazzy Jessica third, racing in fourth. Noteworthy Sue coming away fifth is Magna Carey racing sixth. Pipe Creek Bretta In 7th position, Evening Elegance. Then it's Barry Vance and My Bride. 29-4 for the opening quarter. Reclaiming the lead now is Rust Never Sleeps. Under the finish wire the first time, Rust Never Sleeps leads. Brian Carpenter looks back. He sees Jazzy Jessica on the outside. They race into the club turn. Rust Never Sleeps keeps the lead. Jazzy Jessica on the outside, second. Towards the inside, Ever So Radiant third. On the inside in fourth, Noteworthy Sue. Magna Carey on the outside in fifth. Racing in sixth, Pipe Creek Bretta. The outside, Evening Elegance, seventh. My Bride on the inside is eighth, and trailing Barry Vance. 59-2, second quarter, and 29-3, and Jazzy Jessica's taking the lead. Rust Never Sleeps still there in second. On the inside, Ever So Radiant, No Place to Go, third. Noteworthy Sue hanging on the outside, fourth. Magna Carey needs to do a bit more. Dropping to the inside and looking for room is Pipe Creek Bretta. 3 quarters, 127-3. Third quarter and 28-1. They turn for home, and Jazzy Jessica's opened up 5 lengths. Racing in second position, that's Rust Never Sleeps from far back, closing ground. Here comes Evening Elegance. They're an eighth of a mile away. Jazzy Jessica leads. Closing ground on the outside. Here comes Magna Carey again. Far outside, Evening Elegance with Noteworthy Sue. Pipe Creek Bretta looks for Rome. Jazzy Jessica's going to hold on to win it. Magna Carey second, and Noteworthy Sue third. Tenth race is official. The Perfecta 1-4, $79 even. 1-4 Perfecta, $79 even. Trifecta 1-4-3, 2, that's $700. They're up and pacing on the inside. Triple Wing left well for the lead. Short and Curly's between horses, driving up on the far outside. Flying Kenwood now caught 3 wide. In between horses, Short and Curly's on the inside. Triple Wing, they battle for the lead. It's a 2.5 length gap to Mostly Mid in fourth. Racing in fifth, French Fried. Grandma's Helper sixth. Belmont Sis seventh. Moonlit Hanover eighth. The early trailer is Fox Valieris as they move into the stretch and past the quarter in 29-4. By the grandstands for the first time, your leader Short and Curly's racing second, Triple Wing. Here comes Flying Kenwood out of third, and right behind her fourth comes Mostly Mint. Then on the outside, third over is Grandma's Helper fifth. Towards the inside, French Fried saves ground sixth. On the outside, Belmont Sis seventh. Moonlit Hanover on the outside, eighth. Fox Valieris trails. Just about 6 or 7 lanes covers this field. They race over to the half mile, and the half was timed in 1 minute and 2/5. They move on to the backstretch. Short and Curly's on the inside. Flying Kenwood on the outside. They go head and head, nose and nose for the lead. Triple Wing on the inside, third. Mostly Men on the outside, fourth, and she's just 2 from the leader. Moving 3 wide on the backstretch. There goes Belmont Sis. In between horses with No Place to Go, Grandma's Helper. On the inside in seventh, French Fried. Moonlit Hanover 3 wide, eighth, and trailing Fox Valieris. It's a bunching field off 3 quarters, 129-2. Third quarter, 28-3. Short and Curly's holding firm. Flying Kenwood losing ground second. Triple Wing needs to do more third. From far back, the big closers will be Belmont Sis and Moonlit Hanover in the final eighth of a mile. Short and Curly still with the lead on the outside. Flying Kenwood another move. Here comes Belmont Sis closing on the outside. Your leader, Flying Kenwood. Belmont Sis is closing. Flying Kenwood, Belmont Sis, and Mostly Mint. $99.26, 86 per